video, I want to discuss some common mistakes when it comes to determining your maintenance calorie intake, and then also some mistakes when it comes to thinking about protein. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jodie and I help you change your beliefs so you can change your body, your health, and your life. So this video, I've actually got two questions here that I want to kind of go over just to bring up some important points when it comes to protein and hitting your protein target, especially if you're skinny fat and you want to go through body recomposition, and then also determining maintenance calories. And obviously that is important if you're skinny fat because that's where you should kind of start when it comes to losing body fat and building muscle to get a leaner looking body. So I'm actually going to start with the protein question I got. This person said they've tried maintaining a high protein diet for 3 days. Today I've got bloated and feeling uneasy. They had whey protein and too much chickpeas and other things. Have you ever experienced this, and is it normal? For a workout, I walk 10 minutes in the treadmill and do a workout which was given to me by a trainer, which is divided into 6 times a week. So I want to discuss a lot of this because there's a lot of, I guess, errors, I would say, which are going to lead you down the wrong path. So when it comes to, first of all, I tried maintaining a high protein diet for 3 days. What we have been taught about protein in terms of just common whatever's in the media, from school, that kind of stuff, we think that when we have to aim for our body weight in pounds or around 2 times our body weight in kilograms, that is actually a high protein diet, when it's not the case at all. It's just normal. It's what your body needs. It's what we should all be eating. Just because it's more than what you're used to eating, or just because it's more than what your family eats or what society eats in general, doesn't mean it's high protein, and it doesn't mean it's too much protein. One of the common questions I get, especially from clients that just start, when they start aiming for this protein target, they'll tell their friends, they'll tell their family, and their family will get worried for them and be like, oh, you're eating too much protein, that can't be good for your kidneys, blah, blah, blah. When in actual fact, where did their family member or friends get this information from? Probably from the media, right? Have you actually found a study for yourself to show you that eating 1 gram per pound of body weight per day consistently of protein leads to kidney disease? Really have to be careful when it comes to what other people are telling you to be careful with, or is not normal or whatever, because just because it's not common or normal doesn't mean it's not the right thing. Protein is so important. I cannot stress this enough. Yes, it can be hard to get enough of, especially if you don't eat a lot of meat, but that's something you just have to work on if you want to be healthy and if you want to get optimal results from your body recomposition journey. Now, this next part where they get bloated and feeling uneasy after eating whey protein and too much chickpeas and other things. So first of all, this is not due to the high protein. This is due to the types of foods you're eating and you probably having some kind of gut issue, which means these foods are making you bloated and feel uneasy. You have to be really careful that you don't start associating it with the protein, because then that's going to mean you're less likely to actually hit your protein target, because you're believing in your head that the protein is going to make you feel uneasy or bloated, when it's not the case. It's the actual foods that you're choosing to eat to get your protein from. Now, chickpeas and pulses, legumes, those kinds of things, they are a very common irritant to a lot of people with gut issues. So if they cause you to be gassy or bloated, then they're probably not the best source of protein for you until you heal your gut issue. And it's the same with whey protein, right? Because it's not necessarily that whey protein is bad, but if it is a whey protein concentrate as opposed to a whey protein isolate, then it's probably got more lactose in it. Not probably, it has more lactose in it. And if you have a gut issue or are sensitive to lactose, then that's not going to make you feel good. It is really important throughout all of this that you do balance hitting those targets with making sure you are eating foods, most of all, that make you feel good. So if you want to do some research on this, you should look up FODMAPs and probably stay away from a lot of the FODMAP foods that irritate you, and they will be different for everyone. And then you probably want to start experimenting with other sources of protein that might not give you the same symptom. Now, back to this. Walking on a treadmill for 10 minutes is not a good warm-up for your workout, and it's not a workout either. Walking is not a workout. Walking is part of your general movement throughout the day. You should be doing lots of it. It's not a stress on the body. It's not, high impact or anything like that. You are made to walk and move about. It's going to help increase your non-exercise activity thermogenesis and just your energy expenditure in general. So it's really going to help with the fat loss side of things, but don't see it as a workout because it is totally different. The best way to warm up before your workout is, if you need to do some mobility drills, and then to actually do the exercise but with no weight or lighter weight. And then in terms of your trainer dividing the workouts into 6 times a week, here's what I'd say here, right? Like, if you have a trainer, talk to them, ask them, why have you given me 6 days a week? Why have you split it up like this? Like, actually get to understand what you're doing. Or if you're asking someone else about what you're doing, that doesn't feel right to me. Like, why are you asking me? Just ask your trainer if you have the trainer. And if they're a good trainer, they should be able to explain what they've given you. So it's very hard for me to judge without seeing the actual program, but based on like what I know and what I believe to be effective, training 6 times a week is too much. And if you're training 6 days a week, then it's very likely that you're not putting that intensity into each workout that you need to be doing in order to get good results. And this is a huge thing, intensity, right? Like, it's not about doing more. Or even one of my clients, right, she's like, oh, the plank was too easy, so I just did it for longer, which is great because she was trying to progress it and make it hard. But it's like, okay, I don't want you actually doing it for longer. I want you making it harder for the time frame specified, because that's what we're focusing on. We like really want to push that intensity rather than just increasing the duration or adding piles of reps. In some cases that is okay, but generally a big lesson for most of you is intensity. You need to learn how to drive that up rather than just timing your workouts and going in there for longer or doing more workouts throughout the week. You're much better off doing 3 workouts a week and making sure that intensity is high. You're really, really pushing those weights up. You're pushing your body as hard as you can. Every single exercise that you do, every single set that you do, you're much better off doing that than doing 6 workouts a week where you're in there for an hour to an hour and a half and you're kind of just like checking your phone and you're not really sure what you're doing and you're like just going through the motions and not pushing yourself. Maybe your heart rate gets up, maybe you sweat, but that is not intensity. All right, so now to the maintenance calorie question I kind of got. It was in amongst the whole huge email, so I'm going to leave out most of it. But basically, I want to just encourage you, when it comes to determining maintenance calories, a big mistake you can make is, first of all, using MyFitnessPal to determine those maintenance calories. MyFitnessPal is always off. And then working out your exercise calories burnt by an Apple Watch or like whatever activity tracker you have, and then adding that to your BMR. That is not how you work out maintenance calories. Any activity tracker that you use is going to most likely overestimate your calories burnt for the day by a lot. And even if it's just calories burnt through exercise. And so it's definitely going to give you a calorie target, a maintenance calorie target that is too high. So you want to make sure, like, I've got a guide on my website that walks you through how to determine your maintenance calories. So it's free. Use that and actually go through it, right? Like, I give out a lot of free information. Even, it was kind of funny, but someone commented on my free program video. It's like, where's the free program? And it was in the video. You just have to watch the actual video. And a lot of this stuff, right, it's very easy to want to skip over it or get to the end or get to the actual answer that you're looking for, but in doing so, in rushing the learning experience, you're actually missing out on all of the lessons that you really need to learn. So make sure you're actually walking through and following the advice and not trying to rush through it. When it comes to maintenance calories though, you want to times your basal metabolic rate, so your BMR, by an activity factor, and that will get you your maintenance. And then you have to assess it, right? You have to see how you go based on hitting that target. This person also asked if they can kind of eat intuitively based on what they have been eating. I do not recommend intuitive eating if you are trying to change your body or if you're trying to hit a target that you're not used to eating. So this person had been eating way less and somehow thought they would be able to eat intuitively at their maintenance intake, which it's just not going to happen until you get used to it. And then what also happens, especially at the start often, is as you increase that intensity with your workouts, your maintenance calories are going to change. And so it's very handy to have the data to show that you've actually been hitting what your maintenance should be. And then based on that data, you can increase them. You can push that food up, which I recommend getting your calories as high as possible because it makes everything in the future much easier. If you don't have that data, then it's very hard to make adjustments. And those adjustments at the end of the day could drive your progress forward, and if you don't make them, then you're going to kind of just plateau. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please like it. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thank you for all your support on my channel. I really want to say that more and I keep forgetting. So thank you, and I will see you in the next video.